Hey guys, I'm posting a video today about a quote that I've heard a few times, so I wrote my response down. It's about dating your own kind. Seems now, even in the year 2018, people feel like they have a right to have a problem with who people date and have an opinion on people that are dating that aren't of the same ethnic background, people that are dating older people or younger people, people that are dating people of opposite body types, or people that are dating people of the same sex. Some of the stuff that I've actually had said to me is, well, you're white and he's black. It's not right. Your point, that's your opinion. I've also had people call my husband the N-word. I've also had people tell me I'm an N-lover. And, I just can't help but think, okay, is that supposed to change my opinion on my husband? Is that supposed to make me think you're cool? Because honestly, all that does is just show me you're an ignorant person and I don't need you in my life. I've also had people make comments to me about, well, I think you would be with a bigger person like you. Because I am a bigger female and my husband's an Army veteran, so he has an athletic body. It's really none of your business. It's none of your business who people date, as long as it's two legal consenting adults. You need to mind your own business. You need to stay in your own lane. An incident that has happened recently that kind of bothered me was my middle schooler had come up to me and had told me and his dad, he's like, you remember my friend from last year? And I said, yes. Well, she asked me if I wanted to be her boyfriend. But I told her that I needed to talk to you guys. I said, well, you know what? As long as you guys treat each other right and you're happy, it's fine. Well, then my son makes the comment of her family may have a problem with it because she's a black female and he's a white male. That amazed me. Like, I honestly did not know how to respond to that. A couple days later, after they had started dating, she had walked up to my son and was like, I'm dating someone else. Don't talk to me. My son hasn't talked to her since then. That worries me. If we are already teaching our children, how to basically segregate ourselves from people, it makes me wonder what they're going to be like as an adult, The fact that I've heard parents be like, well, you're a jock, so, you can't go hang out with the nerds, or, oh, well, you need to hang out with the white people, or, oh, don't talk to that person over there because they stutter and they're slow when it comes to learning stuff. And then you wonder why we have bullying. It's because at a young age, we're teaching our children labels that we don't need to teach. I've always told my kids, be friends with whoever you want to be friends with. As long as they treat you right, as long as you treat them right, it's fine. I've said all along, I don't care who my kids end up with when they're adults. As long as they're happy, that person treats them right, they treat that person right, and they're not hurting anybody, then I don't care, as long as my kids are happy. And another thing I've had people actually say is, how is it you have 4 white kids from a relationship and you have a black husband? Like, seriously, what's your point of that? I do have 4 white kids from a previous relationship. But if you ask any of those kids who their dad is, they'll tell you my husband's their dad. They don't see him as, oh, that's mommy's black husband. They see him as, that's daddy. That's who loves us. That's who helps take care of us. And another thing people have a lot of issues with, and I've noticed it more with older men that date younger women, is people want to make comments like, oh, well, he's dating a younger girl, so he's a cradle robber. Or, well, she's dating a younger guy, so she's a gold digger. That's not always the case. It could just be the fact that they fell in love with each other because maybe she's younger, but maybe she's a lot more mature for her age, Another thing people have actually also said, which amazes me, is why would you want to bring a mixed child into this world? Because the blacks aren't going to accept them. The whites aren't going to accept them. The way the world is nowadays, honestly, it's scary at the thought of bringing any child into this world. Your child's not safe at school. Your child's not safe outside playing. Your child's not safe going to church. It's terrifying. Your child's not safe anywhere. My husband and I have a 2-month-old who's biracial, and when, you would ask the older siblings, oh, is that your sister? They don't look at her as like, oh yeah, that sissy, she's half black. You know, they look at her as, that's our baby sister. We would do anything for her. We love her. You know, and the 2-month-old, she doesn't look at her old siblings being like, well, they're a different color than me, you know. She looks at them as, oh yeah, that's my older siblings. They're the ones who will talk to me and play with me and stuff. You know, the thing is, people have got to realize we need to quit labeling stuff and having problems with stuff that's really not that important. You know, I've actually seen people who've attacked people because they have children that are biracial. I've heard people call children, you know, the N-word and stuff like that. You know, years ago, I remember a girl who, she was pregnant with a black guy's kid, and basically everybody that was supposedly her friend was calling her an N lover and saying, oh, well, that's just an N baby and all this stuff. Like, how horrible of a person are you to attack an innocent child? Like, that is low. You know, we got to set a better example. You know, and if you have a problem with somebody's relationship, that's fine. You're entitled to that. But you know what? You don't have to open your mouth and make that comment about something like that. Because all that's going to do is show you're an ignorant person, you know, that you're a person that I don't want to be around. You're a person that I don't want my kids around. You know, and if you're one of those that has to deal with people that have issues with who you're with, whether it's because of that person's race, that person's age, that person's body type, or the fact that person is not the opposite gender, don't worry about it, because it's you and that person's relationship, not you, that person, and the entire world's relationship. If you worry about the entire world and their opinion on your relationship's going to suffer for it. Regardless of what you do, people are going to have a problem with anything you do in your life, whether it's type of clothes you wear, the way you talk, the way you wear your hair, you know, the way you dress. You know, we just need to be a little more accepting, you know, because I think if we can accept more stuff instead of being quick to judge people, then I think we would be better off. You know, I actually had some gentlemen who made comments to me back in June. My husband and I were out walking with the kids at a walking trail. They waited till my husband and kids walked by, and as I walked by, they're like, well, gee, she likes her meat dark. Yeah, that is correct. I do like my meat dark. Not like it's any of your business. You know, the fact that you were 2 adult males that have to make a childish comment like that really just shows the kind of person you are. You know, to the person who wanted to make the comment to me of, well, I figured you'd be with a bigger person like yourself. Yeah, okay, because, you know, that's what you fall in love with, is a person's body type. I fell in love with who my husband is as a person, you know. I love who he is as a person. You know, I love that he's caring. I love the way he accepted me and the kids. You know, the fact that he stepped up to the plate and was like, okay, we have 4 kids. Let's do this. I'm here for you. I will help take care of them. You know, so those of you that have rude comments to make, just keep your mouth shut, stay in your own lane, and mind your own business. Because honestly, all it's going to do is show what an ass of a person you are. Stay strong, keep fighting.